Namaste.
Namaste. Welcome to today's episode where we dive into one of the most enduring and significant water sharing agreement in the world, the Indus Water Treaty. Signed in 1960 between India and Pakistan with the World Bank as a broker, this treaty has stood the test of times through wars, political tensions, and shifting geopolitics. But what exactly does it entail? How has it shaped the relationship between the two neighbors? And why does water diplomacy matter more than ever in the 21st century? Let's explore the currents of cooperations and conflicts that flow through the Indus. Joining us today are two distinguished voices who bring deep insight into the complexities of the Indus Water Treaty. First, we have Mr. Pradeep Kumar Saxena. Mr. Saxena is an Indian engineering services officer with over 27 years experience in planning and design of water resources projects in India, Nepal, and Afghanistan. For 2 decades, he remained associated with issues related to Indus Water Treaty and represented Indian side on numerous occasions. He retired after serving the Indian Commissioner of Indus Water. For more than 6 years, he is presently working as the advisor in Ken Betwa Link Project Authority, the first major river linking project in India. He also advises Ministry of Jal Shakti on Indus matters. Welcome, Mr. P.K. Saxena. And alongside, we are honored to host Dr. Naresh Bana. Dr. Bana is an international PPP advisor who led the Indian team which built phase 1 and 2 of Kazigun Baramulla rail project, which was inaugurated by PM of India in 2008. It's a real pleasure to have both of you here. Thank you for being a part of this important conversation. Mr. P.K. Saxena, to begin with, could you please help us understand the broader context and the underlying circumstances that led to the creation of the Indus Water Treaty? It wasn't just one region like Pahalgam. It reflected deeper challenges and urgent needs on both sides. What were the key factors driving the urgency for such a historic agreement?
Thank you, Ann. Actually, yes, you are very right. This is not the single instance which led to this kind of step. Most of you are aware that Indus Waters Treaty have been signed between India and Pakistan after the partition, when there was a dispute between the sharing of the rivers. So treaty actually puts the rights and obligations of both the country with respect to each other.
Let's see what is the Indus River system. The Indus River originates from a glacier near Bukharchu in the Kailash Ranges in Tibet. In Tibet, it is called Singhi Khamban, meaning lion's mouth. Its total length is 3,180 kilometers. It is a transboundary river that flows through China, India, and Pakistan. In initial stage, it flows towards the northwest direction and then turns into southwesterly direction. The height of the mountains on the northwestern side is very high. Still, it manages to maintain its course because it is an antecedent river, meaning that the rate at which the Himalayas have risen, the Indus continued to erode vertically at same rate. In Attock, it comes out of the hills and joined by rivers Kabil, Khurram, Tochi, Gomal, Viboa and Sangar from the right bank. A little before Mihankot, it is joined by Panchnad. There are 5 tributaries of Panchnad, that is Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. After this, its width increases considerably. Its annual water flow is double than that of the world's longest river, the Nile.
There are 6 rivers in the Indus system, and 3 of them, which is Jhelum, Chenab and Indus. The waters of them was given to Pakistan, and the remaining 3 rivers, that is Ravi, Beas and Sutlej, the waters of them were given to us. Quantum of water, 33 MAF went to us, and about 135 MAF means million acre feet. So it's a huge term. To understand what MAF means is you can just compare with Bhakra. Bhakra is about 7.5 MAF. So you can gauge the size of 135 MAF given to Pakistan and 33 MAF was given to us. No problem in that. And but problem actually arose is while our rights were absolute, Pakistan's rights were not absolute. We were given some rights over the water which have been given to them also. For example, we could generate the hydroelectric power from the water that were allocated to Pakistan. That is the root cause of all trouble. We had been given number of other rights like irrigation and this navigation and all that. But prime concern was this hydroelectric system. So development, this right was put with a number of riders. Like India had to comply a number of restrictions before they go for the before and even during operation, we go for the generation of hydropower. Pakistan has right to object. Like whenever we conceive a project and when before 6 months before we start the work of project, we need to give information to Pakistan. Pakistan within 3 months can object to that uh, on the ground that it is violative of the Indus Waters Treaty restrictions that have been given to us. So problem is we feel that with our design is complying with Indus Waters Treaty. They feel that this is not complying with Indus Waters Treaty. So that was the dispute. We have a mechanism for that. Whenever the dispute comes, Indus Waters Commissioners sit together and try to resolve it. Earlier we had resolved number of issues also. But if we are not able to resolve, it goes to government level, that is secretaries can try to resolve it. And if secretaries are not able to resolve, it goes to third party, which is the neutral expert or court. So beginning from Baglihar, that the Baglihar dispute came in 2004 or 5. Beginning from that, Pakistan has started realizing that this treaty can be used as a tool to hamper the development in Jammu and Kashmir. India also was trying to, develop our rights. We were purely focused about right. We were trying to develop our hydroelectric projects. But then there were two things. Pakistan knew very well that lack of development is the main fodder for, militancy in Kashmir. So they never wanted any kind of development in Kashmir. This is the political side of it. So whenever there is a development, they always try to hamper it. So they try to put a lot of objections on our project, and even a single megawatt project was objected upon. In Baglihar, we went to third party. In Kishan Ganga, they tried to put our project on that project, and they succeeded. This was it. So for quite some time, we were realizing that this treaty is no more working in the spirit in which it has been signed. So, like when the treaty was signed, Jawaharlal Nehru said, through this treaty, we have bought peace. But we couldn't buy peace. So basically, we were realizing, and this was in our minds that this treaty is actually a monkey on our back. In 2001, when Parliament attack was there, so there was a thought that we should abrogate this treaty, but somehow it went on in 99 into the rather this Uri attack in 2016. There was a thought that this treaty should be abrogated, but still we try to continue with that. 2019 we were very close to abrogating this treaty, but even then we try to put some restraint. But this time we realized that enough is enough, and this treaty we cannot allow Pakistan to use this treaty as a tool to hamper this development. That's how we just done away with the treaty.
That was really insightful, sir. Thank you for that, and it really adds depth to our understanding. Dr. Bana, I would like to ask why India has put the treaty in abeyance when there is a little possibility of impacting the flow of water in Pakistan with existing control structures on our side.
Thank you, Deepika ji. Mr. Bana has given quite an elaborate background. Abeyance is more the stage, I would say, the strategy holding it in on part of India, and it's basically to tell the global community and Pakistan in particular that terror cannot be compartmentalized. This treaty is primarily benefiting more than normal that country, which is supporting terror in our part, in our country. So it cannot go together. So this is the political signaling, and it is basically to leverage the creation of, we can take decisions, we can plan better, as Mr. Khanna said now, without any hindrance, without any restrictions, and also to assuage the public sentiment that yes, something has been done immediately. So these are the things. Yeah.
Thank you for breaking that down so clearly. Yes, sir, you wanted to say something.
I understand that you have said that we have little possibility of impacting the flow of water. This statement is partly correct. A little technical one, but actually, through two things, there are two things that we actually most of us miss. First of it is these. There are two components of storage. One is called as live storage, and another part is called dead storage. So for the operation, we only use the live storage. Dead storage is not used for any operational purpose, and that is why it does not figure in any of the statistics of the project, right? But there is a huge difference. For example, in say in Kishan Ganga, we have about 7.5 million cubic meter of live storage, but then we have another 11 million cubic meter of dead storage. Similarly, if you consider Baglihar is an eye opener. We have 32 million cubic meter of dead storage, but we have 358 million cubic meter of live storage and dead storage. So what actually happens is treaty put restriction on depletion of the dead storage. Under the treaty, we could not use the dead storage. So even if Bagliyar has a total storage of around 400 million cubic meter, we could only use 32 MCM, and that is the figure that most of the people know. But once the treaty is gone, the entire 400 MCM of Baglihar or around 18 MCM of Kishan Ganga is at our disposal. So it's not that our actual storage, which we can use now in absence of the treaty, is more than 2 to 3 times of the storage that have been projected in the media or any other statistics. This is one thing. Second thing is the timings are more important. For example, if you see Mr. Bana is also worked in Kashmir, the flow varies a lot in that part of the country. Like, for example, a typical river, the flow can come as low as 3 cubic meter per second, 3 cubic, what you call, and it can go right up to 300 cubic. So there is a huge variation. In lean season, it can go up to 3 cubic, and in monsoon season, it can go up to 300 cubic. So if we deplete the say reservoir in monsoon period and we fill it, it will be filled in 2 days. But if we deplete it now and try to fill it, it will take 192 days. So that entire 192 days of single project is with us. So if we decide to impact what you call, so this impact can be made within these two things, like using our dead storage also and filling it during the lean season, because treaty did not permit it. Treaty always said that you can fill during the monsoon. This was the background, because you can always fill during monsoon because you can only stop the flow for 2 days. But now with treaty gone, we can start filling it now, and we can hold that water for 192 days for a say 50 MCM project.
Okay.
So this is the thing. It is sufficient. We have the sufficient leverage.
That's a very insightful.
Yes, sir. You really touched on something important there, and let's explore that further. What do you think is the practical action India may take in foreseeable future to benefit from the positions now she has taken with regards to Indus Water Treaty?
As I said, the treaty imposed a lot of restrictions on us. It has imposed restriction on design of our project. It has imposed restriction on operation of our project. And it has imposed restriction of number of other things like agriculture or storage, and all those things. So with this treaty gone, we should try to explore the now possibilities which are available to us now. For example, regarding the design and operation of the project, as I just mentioned, treaty mentioned that you cannot deplete the storage, but now with restriction gone, we should try to create as much, we should try to create as many projects as we can. And in fact, we are doing it. I will be coming to it. So we should actually we should accelerate the construction of number of hydroelectric projects, particularly on Chenab region, because on Jhelum and Indus, we don't have much scope now. So on Chenab, we should actually accelerate this. Then there is, say, about treaty put a restriction on the irrigated area. Treaty has said, the treaty mentions that it is around 13 million acre that you can actually use for irrigation. Now that area can be increased. Of course, we have not used even that 13 million acre, which is available to us for a number of reasons. We should try to develop our wetlands in Jammu and Kashmir to convert it into the agriculture area. And we should try to go more and more to develop our agriculture area so that the water can be used here instead of going into Pakistan. And one more important point is the treaty does not allow any storage to be created on Jhelum. As a result of which, we could not undertake a flood control project, this flood control project on River Jhelum. Flood actually create havoc in valley area every year. So now we try to do that, but within the limit of the treaty, we cannot create a storage, so we could not undertake any measure. With treaty gone, we should try to create some kind of storage on River Jhelum, which will serve two purposes. Strategic purpose is different, but other than that, we can actually control the flood area in our, particularly in Srinagar and valley area. Regarding our, as I have mentioned, we have right to accelerate the construction of HEP in Jammu and Kashmir. We have post 2016, when Honorable Prime Minister has created the task force, we had conceived a number of projects. We had given fast track clearance. And I'm very happy to know that Pakaldol, which is about 1,000 megawatt of project, it is under construction, should be commissioned in a year or 2 years. Ratle, which is already, we have a dispute on that. It is going to the neutral expert. Whether we attend the proceeding of neutral expert or not, it is for government to decide, because that neutral expert was formed under the Indus Waters Treaty. With that treaty gone, I don't know whether neutral expert has any relevance or not. But we have Ratle project, which is 850 megawatt. We have Kiru, which is 624 megawatt. We have Kwar, that is 540. These are projects which are under construction. 500 megawatt project. All these projects will be ready in next 2 to 5 years. And then we are planning a big project called Sawalkot, which is 1,856 megawatt project. That is a huge project. Of course, a public hearing is going on. That project will take some time, maybe around 7-8 years or in a decade. But that project will be the biggest project in India, not only in Indus Basin. So we should try to focus more on development of our this thing. This will create the storage also, which I have mentioned. The storage can be used for our benefit also and for impacting the flow also. These are the things we should immediately start.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Bana, considering these rivers are flowing at a higher altitude than the adjacent plains of northern India, what is the possibility, practicality, and premium which India can derive by diverting or extracting the water of these rivers to feed into rivers and canal systems of plains in North India?
Deepika ji, at the face of it, for a layman and with my experience, and I can say that yes, technically and theoretically, it is possible, because the water flows through the gravity, and since they are on the higher levels, water can flow this side. Now, from the engineering point of view, it's a colossal challenge through the tunnels and other works which have to be undertaken. And then there is a huge requirement of environment impact assessment and mitigation, social impact assessment and mitigation. And I think when we have the expert with us, I should leave it to him. Sir, could you just give more details on that?
Yeah, I understand the topography of our, particularly in our on western rivers, it does not permit too many sites for large scale diversion, but still there are number of sites. For example, during the treaty negotiation, we wanted to, just to avoid the construction of so many infrastructure work, India proposed to Pakistan to create a tunnel which will transfer the water from Chenab River to Ravi River. And then what we propose is we will transfer this water from Chenab River to Ravi River, and through Ravi River, through Madhopur headworks, we will give that water to you. But obviously, Pakistan didn't agree because they said in any case you will have control over that water, which they didn't want. But that study have been done, the project have been studied clearly, and there is a possibility of a tunnel. We have that, their report also. So we can divert about 6 million acre feet of water from Chenab River to Ravi River. We have everything ready. The place is called Maru, which is in Himachal Pradesh. So through Himachal Pradesh, we can put it Ravi River and this Chenab River. They are very close. 30-40 kilometer of tunnel, which can be. Mr. Bana is more expert in this. He can understand the infrastructure. He has developed a lot of infrastructure projects. 30-40 kilometer of tunnel is not a very, very big thing.
Yes.
So if government decides so, we can go for it. We can divert that water, and if the water is transferred to Eastern River, that can be. We have a huge network, and that water can be taken right up to Jaisalmer. We have the infrastructure. We have our Indira Gandhi Canal. We have number of projects on Eastern River. We have a big network. Only thing is we have to transfer that water from Chenab River to Ravi River, which was prohibited under the treaty. But now, since treaty has gone, we can divert that water. So we have taken bigger challenges than that. So that can be done. And obviously, this will help in our entire Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, and right up to Rajasthan. It will help. So there may be number of other sites also available, which we did not explore because treaty restricted it. So we never explored that. But these possibilities are there. Our engineers are, big enough. They are well trained. So they can do that.
Yes.
We have one of the engineers are in front of me.
Yes, sir. Very rightly said, sir. As we wrap up this thought-provoking conversation, it's clear that the Indus Water Treaty is more than just a technical agreement. It's a living symbol of both resilience and restraint in a region marked by complexity. The insights shared today highlight not only the historical way of the treaty, but also the strategic considerations shaping its future. It's an era where climatic challenges and geopolitical shifts are redrawing global priorities. Water diplomacy, anchored in a mutual respect and pragmatic foresight, may well be the bridge to more stable regional relations. Thank you for joining us on this deep diving into the currents of cooperation, conflicts, and possibilities that flow through the right Indus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.